what I'd like you to tell us also is what happens. Now, you briefly mentioned, so once somebody accepts the warranty, they register. I believe I heard you say 20-week
Mm,
campaign.
yeah,
So tell us a little bit about that. What does that entail, and what are you asking them to do
sure.
in the
So in the early stages, a lot of it is information about how to use products. So if you're properly, say, segmenting the list, right? So if you know they ordered a rake or they ordered a pole or they ordered a, whatever, the initial messages I would suggest should be, and you might even have, you know, two or three in succession early on, in short order that are just how to use the product, how to get the best, efficiency out of the product, what would complement the product well, to make it even more efficient, whatever. That would be good for the beginning of that autoresponder process. Also, did you have any problems? Like, is there anything that we can do for you? Did you have any issue with the product? Did this go wrong? Did, whatever. Those are good, for the intro. After that, then I would say it basically comes down to probably more generic, useful information regarding the product category. So we're selling in the pool space, so it only makes sense that it would be articles related to how to clean your pool. I would suggest that they be, at least some of them anyways, should be a unique take on whatever that process is. Like there's, because you want to have a hook, like if you're going to send an email, the subject line, you want to have some sort of a hook. So if you're writing an article, about some generic process, but it's one that's useful information, if you take just a slight tweak on how everybody else does it, or some unique little hack to it that nobody else does, and you can use that as a hook in your email title, then that's of course going to be a much better opportunity. But still, just useful information about how to operate within that space. Again, thinking about what is your customer dealing with? What are the problems that they have in this category? Staying category specific, and then every, I would say 3 to 4 emails, maybe some sort of a soft sell. It doesn't even have to be the whole email is about some product. Maybe it's, again, maybe you're talking about a process, and it just happens to be that one of your products can make that process a lot easier. So you describe the details of how to walk through that process if you didn't have our product. Like, okay, these are the things that you normally do, right? And this is the best way, the most efficient way to do it. But then at the end, it's, hey, you could do all that, or you could buy this product, that would make my life, that much easier. I wouldn't do that all the time, but every third or fourth email I think is reasonable. And just make sure, because you do want to prime them. Like if you never sell to them, then you have a problem, because then you've generated a list that doesn't expect to be sold to. And now 2 months down the road, you try to sell them a product and now they're ticked off, right? They're like, well, I don't want you to sell to me. But if you prime them up front, then most people don't have a problem, especially if it's something that's useful to them.
Okay. So what I'm hearing is you always want to give some useful information, especially at the beginning, and then you move on to giving information and then offering a product that's relevant to that information. And then after that, so this is the pattern for on every single email, or do you have emails that go out with a different purpose?
So I would say that's the bulk of our emails are either information only, or they're information and a soft sell. And again, it's probably, maybe 3 to 1, mostly just information. Some of them are information with a soft sell. And then interspersed in there is, of course, going to be, when we're thinking of launching a product, that's when we would connect with our customer base and we would say, hey, this is a product that we're considering launching, who would be interested, right? Like, I mean, let's feel out our target audience. Like, we know who we're dealing with. Let's see, does that target audience, does this resonate with them? Okay, yes. They say, yes, we would buy that. All right, what features would you like? What do you hate about the products that are out there, right? Like, what are the things that, if you could have everything you wanted, even features that you think aren't even possible for this product, what would they be? What would you want, right? that gives us obviously the information that we need to start thinking through how could we design the product in a different way than everybody else is designing. If we're a company that offers a significant warranty, like if that's been the mindset, okay, we're going to be the brand that does that, right? Well, then the question is, from the beginning, designing the product, how do I design it in a modular way? Like, let me think through, what are the components of this product that probably break the most often? Let's look through the reviews of other products. Let's think through the design. What's going to be the linchpin that breaks, that all of a sudden now the product's not usable? How do we make that modular so that we can just replace that little piece instead of sending them a whole new unit? Because you're not just saving on the product price. As an e-commerce seller, mostly you're saving on the fulfillment cost, which is huge, especially now. It's way worse now than it was 3 years ago. So if you can make it modular from the beginning, that really helps. But then just stepping through that process. So, okay, we developed it, right? Now we've got a product. Well, you need beta testers. Well, you've already got a built-in list of people who want this product. Who wants to be a beta tester? Everybody raises their hand, right? So you get a certain number of beta testers, you get feedback from them, you tell the list, this is how things went, this was the good, the bad, the ugly, this is what we're going to do to fix it, right? Go back to the drawing board, come back with a new set. We need new beta testers. So we send it to new, that's very organic. By the time that you get to the point of product launch, your list pretty much feels like this is their product. Like they built it, like it has everything that they asked for. You've gone through, they see that you have invested the time to not only know what they want, but to build what they want, to find out if you did it right, to fix it when it needed to be fixed, right? Like you're priming them to understand you care about what they want. You're going to stand behind it. You're going to help them, live a better life because of the products that you sell them, right? So at the time the product launch comes, it's so easy. Like you don't have to jump through hoops to launch a product when you have a list of thousands of people who already told you they want it, and you've already told them you built the product that they said they wanted. Like we offer a 10 or 15% discount at launch. That's all we offer. We drip that out to our list over a 7 to 10 days, to target certain keywords and whatnot. And we rank, at the top of the list at the end of the launch, and we make money, like everybody else loses money on a launch. We make money on every single launch.